It's funny.
I'm fired up.
Betty, Betty,
Sleepy man was tired when we
Betty,
first stopped
it's
before
like
we hit record.
you know, it's funny when Marcus showed up for the pre-production meeting that don't really do any, but we just shoot the breeze. It's like you can see
We
stages
cover fights.
from 10:35. He's like, da, da, da. Then 10:45 he wakes up. 10:55 he's there, and then at 11 o'clock he's already down the slide, ready to throw sand in people's faces. That's what he's ready to do. You
Well,
know.
let me tell you something, brother. Nothing pisses me off, and this is all pre-production stuff, and I don't care who don't understand this on what podcast or what YouTube show. I need you to know this. I don't give a fuck about no Orange Cassidy Will Ospreay, and I can't believe we ain't getting Andrade Will Ospreay, and there's so many other problems. I got so many other problems in the world going on right now that I'm just frustrated. And damn this, damn it all,
Marcus. You got 99. Mark, you got 99 problems, and Orange Cassidy is one of them.
No, I got 99 problems, and all of them are Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the 99th time.
But I agree with Montez Red Cup in this situation. I'm not a big fan of double denim Brock. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like, especially when there's two different shades of denim. I've never been a double denim kind of guy, to be totally honest.
Eric, here I go as the AEW mark going like this. I can't believe WWE is ripping off Orange Cassidy, Hangman Page, and Wardlow all in the same character.
Don't get me, Marcus. Don't get me started on Wardlow, Marcus. Don't get me started on that bullshit.
You don't want to see him fight. You don't want to see him fight 20 guys.
Even me fast forwarded after Betty told me what to do, I still was like, God damn, this is making me sick.
Yeah, and to continue to talk about Wardlow, Eric, Wardlow ripped this show off because I did a show where I would fight the entire AEW locker room, and I believe it would go down just like Wardlow. I believe it would go down just like the Wardlow.
JK Smush says, good morning and evening. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Fuck the deja vu.
I was going to save that till we came out of intro.
Oh. And fuck this rainmaker in my backyard of jungle. I like that he has a jungle swamp, so I guess maybe start the credits, I guess. Sorry.
Let's go down this slide.
Greetings and salutations. I am Eric, not Kevin Kelly. Yeah, I'm Eric.
I'm Casey Jones from the Ninja Turtles game.
Have you gone back and played as Casey Jones already, Betty?
Yeah, he's a killer. He's a killer. He's a killer.
I just wish you just said you were Casey Jones. I wouldn't even say the Ninja Turtle game. I'm just Casey Jones, and I want people to get used to my new name. Okay, I want you to understand who I am. I am Casey Jones. And I am Splinter, the rat bastard.
So Betty, just because we did play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, I was on Twitter and I come to find out that I played into my demographic role of with the character that I picked. Apparently, people over 40 tend to pick Donatello for the simple reason of the people who have played games for long know that his bow has the best reach and the best chance for success in playing the game. I was like, wow, I was shocked by that.
Wait a minute, you've been picking Donatello from the word jump before you turned 40.
I know, Mark. So I was like the smart guy.
Teenagers and you were picking that piece of shit, Donatello. Donatello just got a stick from Splinter. Splinter never loved Donatello. Donatello fell to a drain, and he wouldn't have cared about him.
I told Manny that he was going to have to pick somebody else if he was playing with us, Marcus, for the simple reason that he had picked Michelangelo, and you always pick the cowabunga cool dude because that's your guy that you play with.
No. You. That's misrepresentation of who I've been my entire life. Entire life. We have photo evidence somewhere that I am not a Michelangelo person. I'm a Raphael kind of dude. And it's not because of his sides, because I liked Michelangelo's nunchucks. And I'll tell you this while Raphael right now, because Raphael had the trench coat and the fedora when he got upset. And that's what I wanted to do. I always put on the trench coat and the fedora and just walk around angry.
So anyway, we're just gonna jump right back into it. So as you guys know, we released a special release edition of our show when we talked about Vince McMahon stepping down from his CEO duties of WWE. That video did pretty well, and we got a bunch of comments on that video. I wanted to mention some of those comments before we start talking about the cluster that was known as Friday Night SmackDown. It started out with El Luchador said. He said if Vince could officially be done with WWE, then he may consider coming back to watch it. I don't think Vince is going to ever walk away. Montez said Vince will be back as CEO probably in 6 months when the smoke has blown over. I give it a 60-day no compete clause. He'll be back in 2.
He ain't never left.
Yeah,
he ain't never left.
Marcus, Levi said that you look like Big Boss Man in your shirt and tie. And then he went into the announcement that Vince had on SmackDown.
I have 7 hard times.
Where Levi has already accused us of being a WWE's defenders about that episode of SmackDown where we haven't said anything. But he says that announcement is a whole lot of nothing. Vince did this to appease stockholders. He also is doing that appearance on SmackDown for a rating boost. So this scumbag is potentially committing extortion and using it to garner ratings from a rampantly declining.
He the one getting extorted?
I think in a way
what I heard was a black woman.
Really?
That's what the internet's been whispering.
Man,
about.
Everybody, man, it's been Rosa Mendez.
His paralegal was thick.
So anyway, Marcus, I'll start off with you. SmackDown started off with Vince McMahon started the show off. Pretty much all he said was the opening of WWE stands for then, now, forever, and whatever.
Together. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna cut you off, man. The man spoke a lot without words, man. He spoke a lot without words. You gotta look between the lines, which I am someone that normally do. The man, music, said everything that he needed to say in this conversation that he legally can't say. No chance in hell is his theme song. And he walked out there and to the crowds cheered him. Of Vince McMahon as if he's done nothing wrong ever in his life, that he is a saint and a Christian, and we support you no matter what you do. Because Minnesota, I know one thing about Minnesota now: no matter what Vince McMahon do, they gonna cheer that motherfucker hard.
There was a few booing. There was a
few, but you were thinking that maybe 50-50, maybe he get the Hulk Hogan and Tampa treatment and coming out the pirate suit. No, I feel like he got cheered more than anything else.
I mean, let's just be real. I mean, Vince did what people with all that money, he tooted it and booted it. That's what he did. And he paid $3 million in hush money that, yes, as a CEO of a company, of a stockholder, is frowned upon. But as a millionaire, this is like an everyday life. I mean, this is probably just the first one to get caught. Like, I didn't expect him to get caught at all. I didn't expect him to say anything profound, but I thought
he got caught.
Yeah.
But no, he hasn't got caught yet. Remember, Johnny Ace is gonna take it.
So put your hand in the cooking jar. Mr. Man did not me. Yes, you did.
Let's just say, I kind of took it as WWE fans could care less what he's doing with his penis, and that's what his round of applause was when he came out to the ring. Would you agree?
I think they cared, but the more thing that I came off it was the internet backlash of this. Oh, that's all he's gonna do? What did you think he was gonna do? Go into character and be like, yeah, I fucked that bitch, and I fucked her good.
Someone's gonna don't forget the same internet that complained about him not saying. Remember, the same internet that complained about him not saying anything were also the same internet that was complaining about him using this as a ratings boost by saying something. So one thing I've learned about the internet, you will never be able to appease anybody. I thought it was a waste of time. I was like, I didn't care. And I kind of felt like SmackDown kind of was a waste of time in so many ways.
My brother, let me disagree with you right here. Let me be the WWE fanboy. Let me show you how my blood runs.
All right, Stephen A.
Forever. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you something right now. I don't feel this was a waste of time. I felt it was the smartest business decision you could do. Number one, this was a ratings grab. Absolutely. Abso-motherfucking-lutely. Because I said it on multiple shows this week that if I was Vince McMahon, I'm coming out on Friday night and I'm not saying a damn thing of anything. Two, I'm really glad he didn't come out here and say, I'm sorry for whatever he did. As Raphael said, the man can't get no pussy on the side. What can this man do? He's 76 years old. He got to get it while he's still around. I'm just paraphrasing basically what Raphael said. Two, he couldn't say anything that his lawyers wouldn't allow him to say anyway without getting in trouble. He couldn't go out there and be in character. He couldn't go out there and tell those people he love them or be all apologetic because that's going to be a admitting of guilt. You can't do that. So what he basically did was say, I'm going to get the ratings grab. I'm going to go out there and give my argument of you have no chance in hell of ever getting rid of me with his music. And then now forever together is that I just basically need y'all support in this time with a need. So he ain't going nowhere. And it's basically P. Diddy coming out there. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere.
We can't be stopped now. We bad boys for life. We ain't.
That's what he's doing.
Hey, let me tell you, of all the new Diddy songs that he produced, that was probably one of the better ones that he did when he was trying to make a comeback.
But that song is 20 years old.
Yeah, the thing about it, Marcus, I'm fucking 42, so I was 22 when it came out. So
you say, oh, you know what? Diddy got that new track. What's that? You know, when he's like, we ain't going nowhere. That was 20 years ago.
I think at the end of the day, he's not facing any criminal charges. This is just something that's an internal investigation. It's what every scandal is like when Robert Kraft had his scandal. It's like it's a thing. I said it before. This is what CEOs do. They get caught up doing shit, putting their cookie in the cookie jar that don't need to be in there. I mean, I think it's more of a family issue that his family was torn apart. But like, I don't think that.
Come on.
They all knew.
I know they knew. I know they knew.
Fuck.
But has anybody checked on Nikki Bella's mom? Because she was married to John Laurinaitis, and so is he.
Ain't nobody care about no Nikki Bella's mom.
Okay, you're right.
You just give me an episode of Tony Bella to explain all this shit. That's all I need. Damn, I don't even understand why we messing around with this. Put this on E.
Oh, could you imagine? The season premiere.
So let's
most watching ever.
Let me be frank, and I'll let my stats be known. I could give a damn what's going on with the personal life of Vince McMahon and all that good stuff. Even though I am a stockholder, whatever, they'll sort that shit out.
You own one stock. Stop claiming to be a stockholder.
What I cannot accept, is the fact that we had a very entertaining main event. Matt Riddle gave Roman everything that he had, and it was moments that I thought Matt Riddle was going to become the new champion. And after Roman defeated Riddle and he says there's nobody left, I understood that they were in Minnesota. I understood that the crowd would respond, but under no circumstances did I need to see Brock and Roman go at it again. I do not need this in my life. I do not want it. SummerSlam is not exciting for this exact reason. Manny, how did you feel when you saw the denim cowboy Brock Lesnar music hit and he walked back out there?
You see Roman's face in this picture, like he's done with all of Brock's bullshit. That's the face I had when I saw this. Yeah, Brock brings a big ratings draw. And yeah, Brock, no one was getting that kind of pop like Brock. But we've seen this enough now. This needs to stop.
Yeah. So back to some of the stuff you said, Eric, with the Vince McMahon situation. I don't believe no one cares about it. Because you know who hasn't released statements about this? Fox, USA Network, ashamed of Vince McMahon's actions or whatever. Normally, those are the people that come out right away and talk about, oh, he needs to step away, or, the big execs, the people who handle the TV contract. They don't give a fuck about what Vince did, but they did take away from the main event of Matt Riddle and Roman, who had a really good match going back and forth, really nice championship match. And then at the end of the day, Brock comes out, and this is the reason they keep bringing back Brock and Goldberg and all these people. It's because the Minnesota crowd will react like that. You tell me, every time I've been to an arena with Brock Lesnar and it's a surprise appearance from Brock Lesnar, gets one of the biggest reactions at night because you always get excited about his music. And then you get excited and then you realize they're giving us the same damn match. Roman has multiple opponents. He can upgrade himself to fighting other people. I don't understand. Or if you're going to bring Brock back, have him fight somebody else.
All right, so
There's no reason to go with this again.
now, Marcus, that's a good question. John in the chat room, he says Bobby Lashley should have gotten the nod for the match against Roman. I ask you first, who do you think should have fought Roman at SummerSlam or would have got the match against him instead of Brock?
Who should have got?
Like, who would you have liked to see? Like, what would have made you excited as a fan?
In the current WWE status, no one probably in their business is probably there. You don't want to know why? Because injuries have taken over this company.
Well, that's the thing, wasn't it? It's Randy, right? It was supposed to be Randy this summer.
Randy, any of these people would have been the better opponent, but Randy's out because of back surgery. Cody tore his pec. Bobby is fucking around whatever he's doing. And
he got shot in the face with baby oil, Marcus. Baby oil eye.
Yeah. So there was no one ever. And Drew is as stale as a church cracker. It doesn't matter.
So I still ask the question, Marcus, who would you have wanted to see in this position?
I told you, there's no one currently in WWE that I want to see.
So there's nobody. There's nobody. That's not
as
one person.
Said, there's no one else. If Shinsuke would have came out there, I would have been excited. But I know what's going to happen to Shinsuke.
So
Riddle has the best chance of beating Roman, and it proved this match.
Okay, so Marcus doesn't have anybody that he would want to see in this situation. Manny, what about yourself? Is there anybody that you would like to see besides Brock challenge Roman Reigns in this match?
You should have thrown Seth into that mix. You could have thrown Seth into that mix. I think I know he lost 3 times to Cody, but this is the most logical thing. If no one is around, who's your next top big star? It's either Seth or Bobby at this point. So you either throw one of them two in. Yeah. I know they kind of reacted to Randy may be out for an entire year, for the rest of the year. Let's call Brock, because that will bring in and sell tickets for SummerSlam. So I understand that makes sense, but we've just come off a WrestleMania program with that. Do we really need to run that back?
I think Seth and Bobby
everywhere we could do.
I think Seth and Bobby are very good choices. But for me, when I was watching SmackDown and I was thinking for myself when I saw Brock come out and I was like, well, this man did return on this show. I personally wouldn't mind seeing, I know a bitch has been feeding it to the beast, but I wouldn't mind seeing Coffee get another chance at the title. I think it would have been interesting. I think fans could have got behind Coffee as he tried to attack Roman Reigns, and he would have just lost at SummerSlam. But I think it would have been fun seeing Coffee go after his title that he's never gotten a rematch for. I think it would have been different. It would have been fresh. And I think Coffee has enough of a fan base behind him, and New Day is really not doing anything. So I think it would have been interesting for me. Well, and they have a little history.
Kofi would have been an interesting choice, but as Roman says, he would have smashed them too. The only person in this company who probably could have been like, oh, maybe, would have been maybe Big E, who, if he was healthy, but he's not healthy. Randy's not healthy. Riddle could never challenge again, and Cody's not healthy. They have nobody in their top position, and it's at their own fault for not building up people, for having.
Well, I know, you know what's really going to happen if there is going to be a title change at SummerSlam. The money in the bank cash in. They're going to turn it in. It's going to basically be WrestleMania 31 all over again.
I mean, I think it's one of those things where you can say WWE is not building people up, but I think they have tried to put people in positions to get over. I don't think there's just people not connecting with the audience. Like, for example, Drew is not connected with the audience. No one could care less about Drew. I mean, people were excited when Sheamus got put into the Money in the Bank back, because if I had to pick between the two of them, I'm picking Sheamus. And I'm looking at...
No, Drew still gets cheered in arenas. He still gets cheered in arenas. It's just the internet wrestling community that find him stale.
But I think that when I look at what Xavier and Coffee was doing, Xavier won King of the Ring. Coffee is a former WWE champion. For them being in a program with Jinder Mahal and Shanky and them dancing, I think you could put Coffee in a more prominent role. That's just for me.
Coffee is Shinsuke.
Yeah, like I think that would have made more sense. I think Shinsuke writes himself. I don't know what his injury status is, but I think you didn't have to pull the Brock card right now. You really didn't have to pull that card. But I think that they're panicking because they understand that the situation that they have this bad media going on with Vince and all that good stuff. So they had to get something to try to distract. I just don't want to see it again for me personally. Something that I was entertained by, my boy Ludwig cut a promo, and he talked about, Gunther and his quest. And Manny, how do you feel with them making an announcement that as long as Gunther's champion, no American will challenge for
It's great.
the
It's great.
Intercontinental
It's great.
title?
It's great.
No
I'm tired
American.
of America. I'm tired of America. I'm tired of your shirt. I'm tired of your shirt that says American. I'm tired of it all.
Wait a minute. One, that's good heel. That's good old fashioned heel heat right there. Forward heel heat. No American gets the title for a title, but he's lying. Ricochet's fighting for it next week.
He is.
He's lying his ass off. It would have been beautiful to see international stars get a shine, whether you're Big E or I'm not Big E, Omos or Shinsuke or everybody from different regions of the world. But it ain't happening. He already fighting Ricochet again, where he will beat Ricochet's ass next week. And again, the Intercontinental title is still not be defended on a pay-per-view.
You know what? I didn't see this. I didn't see this comment, but I think J.K. Splish is right. I think Alan Jones would be a good option. I don't think we've seen AJ versus Roman a lot. I think that would have been really good. And I think
Alan's been losing and teaming with Liv Morgan. He got losing stank all over here.
Yeah, but Liv Morgan's in the Bullet Club.
No, she's not, Manny. She's back. She's now teaming with Alexa Bliss. They're like twins right now. It's like you're seeing double.
Eric,
well, one of them will still
Eric, what's the moniker? What's the tag for Bullet Club?
I don't know. For life?
You're BC for life.
Oh, but Betty, you're only saying
Eric,
this just to troll.
No, Eric. She was inducted by the two grandfathers of the Bullet Club, AJ Styles, and the originator, Prince Devitt.
Yeah, they out of touch in their selections. This current moment, I question everything that's going on. In fact, I question if they go on John Laurinaitis events. I'm with them.
Well, I mean, think about it.
In the Bullet Club,
I kind of felt like the whole thing about it was that they just went that way. Now, a match. And I know I'm going to be the only person who probably enjoyed this, but let me give some credit to Riddick Moss and Baron Corbin. I thought they.
Whoa! You don't call no man Riddick. The man go by Madcap now. You better show him respect and his religious beliefs.
Madcap Moss and Baron Corbin. I thought they did a very good job starting off Friday Night SmackDown with a good match. The thing about it is that Moss got the victory. He got the last laugh, but I think I'm more intrigued about McAfee and the relationship of Baron Corbin because I thought that, to me, it felt authentic, although I know it was scripted, but it felt good. Marcus, how did you feel about the interaction between Corbin and McAfee?
Well, I would have wanted to go back and echo your sentiments on the Madcap Moss and Baron Corbin match. They had a solid match. And you know something? I hate to mix this. There's something there with Madcap, man. He might can do it. He can do something. He was solid in the ring. Him and Corbin had a good match. And it may work out for him. And then the McAfee Corbin ad, I pay money to see them and go at it. Put them in the ring. Two former NFL players going at it. What a punter. One offensive lineman. Two positions that people don't respect in the NFL. No matter how hard and difficult it is for them. But I pay to see that.
I mean, going to block you. You're terrible.
Yeah, McAfee's great.
McAfee's great. You're terrible.
I mean, he did his job, and he got the Minnesota audience involved, and I thought that they made a segment and a transition. I'm not really sure where it's going to go with Moss afterwards, but I'm intrigued with McAfee and Corbin. I don't know why, because I think Corbin, despite people hating Corbin, I think he's a solid performer in the ring. And you guys know I've been a Baron Corbin fan for a long time. But, I think this could be something that can rejuvenate his career. Manny, what about yourself?
What was the question?
Do you think that this could really
the blood rush from Levi's comment? The blood rush got the blood.
I understand. I mean, Manny, you know what? I don't think we really need to talk about. Let's talk about someone being frustrated.
Let me talk about Corbin.
I thought you already did.
No, Corbin has a problem, and his problem is no one's ever going to get past him doing dog food on Roman Reigns. We're never getting past that. And he's going to have that stink for all those bad segments or the bad one with Lacey Evans. He has too much bad storyline stink. whether it's with him or not. Corbin rejuvenated his career when he was the bum ass Baron Corbin. And this match should have been for all the monies. It should have been all for all the monies, and he would have beat Corbin, and Corbin would have been a broke ass bum, and then they could have laughed him out, and then Corbin would have been bum ass Corbin again.
So, Manny, I have a question for you because you said your blood was boiling, so you understand when it's mean to be frustrated. I want to know, did you relate to Max Dupree being frustrated with Adam Pearce by not having the proper lighting to debut his models?
Maximum
I nearly did turn up to this show when Marcus turned up almost 20 minutes late to the pre-show. Mister, I need to sleep.
First of all,
and then he walked out.
Bullshit. That's bullshit. I showed up 10 minutes late.
Let me tell you. I understand, and this may be the WWE fanboy for me and whatever it is, but I can tell you that there's two things that are going on at WWE that I'm invested in, and it's Max Dupree and his models, because as Marcus said last week, when he's up in Pierce's face and his nose is just like right there, like if he sneezes, he's gonna put snot all in his mouth. And then also Monday Night Raw is much watch for me because I need to see what's gonna happen with Elias, because Elias is supposed to be there, and I don't know what's going on with that, and I need to know. I need to know what's gonna happen.
Wait, hold on. You're not the least bit interested in this. This Sanga and his women. What?
Manny, we probably won't see that anymore based on what's going on.
In fact, everybody in WWE are gonna be eunuchs now that Mr. McMahon has did what he
did. That ain't never
on.
happened again. You won't see that happen
No,
again.
it will happen again once these investigations over, but men and women will no longer interact on this show. I like the Maximum Man model gimmick thing, whatever he's doing. It just it's funny just the way he gets up in his face and the way he talks. I just feel like he's delivering everything well. We just always know fall apart when Mace is what revealed to be his first male model. Mace is trash. Mace is trash.
Marcus, I'll ask you this question. You know a lot about regret and mistakes being made, Marcus.
Fuck.
Did you relate with Sammy when he was waiting outside the locker room, thinking about talking to the Bloodline, and then Kayla was like, "Are you sure you want to do this, Sammy?" And then he walked away. Marcus, do you know what it feels like what situation Sammy was in?
Well, I'm happy that the roving reporter, Kayla Braxton, is back in the back harassing people again, showing up randomly as they are dealing with their business, their own affairs, and she sneaks up and asks the obvious question. How dare she? How dare she? But damn, man. I think the answer to their next top babyface is Sammy. I think the Bloodline should have whooped his ass. I think they should have ripped him to stretch tonight to making him fight Riddle. And but they had no reason to be angry because Roman could beat Riddle. But the next time he fuck up, I want them to rip him to shreds. And then we get a nice babyface Sammy coming back, and he gets to challenge Roman. And people will get behind because Sammy has been an entertaining character throughout.
As John said, the man had a great cop out. I have to go to the bathroom, man. I've used that before when shit hit the fan. You know what, y'all? I got to go to the bathroom. Knowing that you ain't going to the bathroom, you running for the hills.
I pretend I always have my phone on silent when I'm in places and just go hello and then walk away.
So I know that a lot of the chat room people were saying that WWE has had a hard time building stars, but I think in essence though they've done a very good job with their female performers, and I think that Raquel Rodriguez is another one of these people. I thought that she was showcased very well in her match where she defeated Shayna. I mean, I know a lot of people are upset that Shayna jobbed out, but I think at this point Shayna is a jobber, and I think you can make more money with Raquel Rodriguez. Marcus, it looks like you want to say something, so I'll go to you first. I was gonna go to Manny, but you have a lot to say, my brother.
I had nothing to say. You just went to me on what? Me licking my lips?
It looked like you was ready to talk, sir. I'm sorry, Marcus. You felt very Max Dupree.
Shit, I had nothing to say about this other than okay, you can say that, but no woman or male, if you're over 40, is winning in WWE unless you're Brock Lesnar.
All right, so Manny, what about you? Do you think that they're handling the rise of Raquel Rodriguez fairly decent?
I mean, it's fine. She had a decent match against Ronda a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, to be fair, I didn't care about this match one bit. And then the fact that Lacey Evans was on commentary was even worse.
I mean, but of the trio
I
of the women
forgot
that
he
was
was on there.
mentioned,
He said it.
the trio of women that was mentioned on SmackDown, I think Raquel Rodriguez stood out the most because I could care less about the promo that Natty cut backstage. But I want to go back to I
I
personally
need
felt
NXT Natty. I need
uh
NXT Natty.
what you would need to find an audience that gives a damn about her and would cheer for her. I don't think no one cares about 40-year-old Natty because Shantae asks, how
Yeah.
old is Natty?
NXT did.
Um, but
Hold on. Natty is a great wrestler who would fit well in smaller venues with people who actually like wrestling. WWE fans don't
I
like
would rather have Serena
like
Deeb, Marcus.
spectacle.
That's all I got to say. But back to the
Oh,
conversation we said that
Asuka.
WWE is having a hard time building stars. Quite frankly, I think they made a star who was already a star with the main event. I think Matt Riddle might be the next big thing because I think that he had a very good showing against the champion. He could never challenge the champion again, but he could really take the momentum of the loss and take it to Monday Night Raw and shape and move someplace. I mean, hell, he could even get into a program with Gunther being that first American to take the Intercontinental title away from him. I do like the rise of Matt Riddle. What about you, Manny?
Matt Riddle, it's difficult now because it's like he needs to drop the Randy thing. He needs to drop
Randy.
it. Like he needs to stop using those Randy in his promos. It's starting to become like,
Set the attack
is
up.
he your
The
boy
attack.
or were you fucking? Like, stop.
Did you blow his back out? Did you blow his back out? Is that why he got to get surgery?
Maybe they are. Who cares? You know, let the man fuck. Let him fuck. I let it happen with Matt Morgan and Crimson years ago. Let these men fuck. All right, it's professional wrestling. They're oiling up DC man rubbing on each other. I'm sure somebody's fucking somebody out there. Or watching John Laurinaitis fuck somebody or something weird. But anyway, Matt Riddle is the star, sir. He is a star, and this is the potential they do have with this Roman tribal chief who's beating everybody at Smash. Everybody and their mama want to see Roman lose. He has Floyd Mayweather heat on him right now. Everybody just wants to. You don't care who comes to that door, and that's the reason they cheer Brock so much for that. They want to see Roman beat, and Brock can actually do it. Riddle had a chance. It don't matter who you put in the ring with Roman. They're going to cheer their ass off because you want to see, and you're paying to see Roman lose, even though you will put your finger up and say he the one. They the ones.
I mean, John has a very good question. He says if they put Riddle in the Money in the Bank and he wins, does he have to sit on that briefcase until Roman loses to someone else?
Yes.
More likely, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, but I kind of think this is Drew's Money in the Bank to win. I mean, that's unfortunate.
I think it's Seth and Becky. Seth and Becky are winning the Money.
I want to give an honorable mention to some people.
Do no Adam Cole, Britt Baker shit.
I want to give some honorable mentions to some people in WWE that I think are really stepping up and becoming, more good characters. I want to give a shout out to Malik Blade and Nofe. I thought they had a really good match against the Creed brothers that started off NXT this week. I really enjoyed that match. I think the Creed brothers, they might be special. They might be the second evolution of the Steiner brothers. I think I like Julius better, which is the skinny one, correct?
Hold on. Let me respond to a comment here. You out your damn mind if you don't think people care about Roman. You out your damn mind if you think people don't care about Roman. He's the only one people care about. Seriously. He's
been told to shush. The Lord.
Manny, Roman is the only champion in wrestling right now with 100% credibility right now. Everybody else are just title holders.
I also find it hilarious that it took Apollo going out to NXT for them to invest and make vignettes about him.
Are we in NXT? Are we covering NXT?
I'm just talking about stuff that, a little bit here and there. I
thought SmackDown was a good show. I thought it was a solid show this week.
You know what? Talking about it afterwards is things about it that I enjoyed. So it wasn't as bad. I think I was just frustrated about Brock.
But now we need to talk about the most important thing that happened this week. Okay. So at one point, Draco was sat in the diner and contemplated his life. In that exact same diner.
Yeah.
And thought about his life. Now, another black man sat in that diner and thought about his life and wrote in his diary. And then probably went to jail that night for attacking a white patriot in that diner.
He did.
Because he had no reason to get that money. That lady should have buttered that man toast. That's all I know in that segment. He was upset. and he had a right to be. That food was terrible.
I'm
And
gonna
people
tell
need
you
to
right
tell these
now.
fighters that their food is terrible so they can make better food. That's all that man was doing. He did not deserve a knee to the face or his face being smashed. It's that you need to throw Apollo in jail if that's his real name.
Let me point out, Apollo Crews might be facing attempted murder because this was a premeditated attack. This was an example of mind your own business. I mean, I understand he was being rude, he was being delusional, but you are not the hired security guard for that diner. If you were, so be it. I hate to let Apollo know the situation that would have went down. Although that white man was rude to that person, when he went over and beat up the white man, guess who would have become the number one enemy? Apollo, because they would have turned on him so quickly. Like you, sometimes you just got to mind your own business and just walk away. Walk
Well,
away.
Manny shared a story in which he couldn't buy his business at a dinner shop on this week in the same situation. And then Manny was Apollo. Manny.
We were the same color, my friend. We were the same color.
Color them involved. They were beating everybody up.
I like the new angry Grimes. I'm happy that he, like, when he told Enofe, what, you trying to go to the club when you just lost, man? Fuck that shit. Be better.
You also said the show
I'm curious. I'm curious though, because this is something that I want to ask you guys, because I'm not really sure if you guys covered, because I did unfortunately miss your show this week. The re-debut of favorite actor as Vinny Vici, whatever, Giovanni. How do you guys feel about that?
You guys first.
Oh yeah.
Manny, I'll let you go first.
You motherfucker, I had eye in my throat.
I liked all of it except the entrance. I think there's something with Eichner, so there's something there. I think he's an upgrade to what they had with Cesaro, because he's actually been in the country longer and can speak English a lot better. I think there's a look to him. Yeah. The only thing that needs to go is the actual entrance, where it's very like where it's Polaroids, isn't it? Where it's like,
yes. Like my thing about it is
the presentation's very good.
What I don't understand is that the concept of that, I think you can have him be part of Max Dupree crew. Like if you're gonna go, like it's very similar of what that, like maybe they could have Max Dupree bounce between both shows. I'm not 100% sure. Levi says in the chat room.
Wow. You
Marcus, go ahead. I'm sorry, Marcus.
Give me my comment.
Go ahead, Marcus. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what I had to say. No, I was just gonna agree with Manny.
So Levi says, if SmackDown was Dynamite, you guys would be up in arms. Just imagine Tony Khan has a concubine. Tony Khan has a concubine full of cocaine. I don't care. The thing is, if it comes down to if I'm entertained or if I'm not entertained. And like, I feel like with Dynamite, especially this week, and man, you can switch the graphic. We're going to AEW and Rampage and stuff right now. I feel like Dynamite was a fine show, but they gave you too much and they don't let you digest your food. It's like, oh, you just brought me this great steak. This steak is delicious, but guess what? Now you're bringing my dessert and I don't have time to let it, marinate in my stomach. And I think that's what happened. It's like AEW.
Marinate?
Huh?
How do you digest food? Wait, you marinate?
No, like because when you go to a restaurant, when you go to a restaurant, they give you a digestion period before they serve you your next course. Like if you finish your steak, they don't bring
not
your dessert right up. Well, that's Norm's is not the quality restaurant, man. It's all about pacing. Anything that you do when it comes to dining, when it comes to movies, when it comes to anything, it's all about pacing. And I feel like AEW still has not figured out how to pace their show. WWE has a pacing, and to their fault, a lot of time their pacing is not that entertaining. It's like a lot of things that you miss, but I just feel like AEW is just too frantic. And I think that was a big problem with Dynamite this week. It was just so much happening that it was like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? Like, can we slow down here and there?
Eric, I've said this, I think, on the Untitled Manny and Marcus show before, on the Raw episode. Every time you get a news story that Vince McMahon has ripped up the Raw script 1 hour before the show and they're rewriting. But when you go out there and you watch Raw, it doesn't seem like there's a sheer panic going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I get that every time I watch some episodes of Dynamite, not all of them, because in the last few weeks I have enjoyed watching Dynamite, but it always does feel frantic. Like, we need to get this done, we need to get that done. Like they don't have a produced it properly. Like at least in WWE, they know they have to get it right. That's the thing. They're gonna get it right regardless, and they work to the last minute. Whereas
I feel
in AEW, it's still a young company, and I still think they're still making mistakes.
They haven't learned how to use commercial breaks properly yet. Like it's a point where you cut away, you let me soak in what just happened, and I felt like when Dax and Will Ospreay had a match, I felt like I needed a commercial break to really say, hey, I just witnessed a really good match. Dax is having his best 2022 of all time. Let me really enjoy this moment. Don't just move to the next segment of crazy stuff going on like that. Marcus, what about yourself? Do you feel like they haven't figured out the proper way to pace their shows yet, or?
Well, no, they haven't. And I've been saying this for the word jump. They have this frantic
the word jump. You said jump, and you just said, man, I wish they could pace shit.
I wish they could pay shit. I don't even know what I'm gonna. You try to throw me off, but you can't do it. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. They have a hard time of where the structure of the show, and that they just throw a bunch of stuff out there, and you may remember 2 or 3 things that happen, and it'd be really good, but they don't let it sit there. They don't let it sit. They don't let it sit. You got some things you gotta breathe, as we say on another show on this channel, ETE. Don't give me a fucking video package. They help millions. It slows down. If you want to do a movie analogy of action scene, instead of, hold on, someone just went through some shit. They need to take a breather and maybe just have this random pool scene in which they talking about their family or something, or what just happened, or try to digest it. It makes more sense and it makes the characters more relatable instead of, hold on, we just went through a car chase and now we're shooting up a warehouse and now we're jumping out of a building and now this place is gonna blow up. You slow it down so people can digest it and understand what happened. Just give me a video package explaining stuff. Just give me recap. Like, I'm not saying go overboard like WWE, who's recap ridiculous at like every other 2 words. Like, did you just hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? No, if Wardlow just beat up 20 security guards, let me see them in the back struggling to breathe. Okay, at some point, just cut to that. Just give me some type of pace in which it slows down instead of take this and then this and then this, and here's El Desperado and here's Great Khan. FTR is doing this, Dax is doing this. Oh, we got to do this. That's Will Ospreay. Oh, here comes Tanahashi. Oh, he's shaving his head. That's literally how Dynamite goes off. As if a crazy person is just shouting at you of all the stuff that happened, and they go and then instead of possibly throwing in punctuations and grammar. It's poor written grammar. That's how I would say.
Now, gentlemen, as we move into Rampage, I want to ask you guys. I never do this, but will you guys allow me to be a hippo in the crate? Because I'm about to be a hypocrite about something.
Allow you to be. You are a hippo in a crate.
Well, for years.
That American Nightmare shirt shows you a hippo in a crate. You didn't buy a single Cody AEW shirt, even though they're exactly the same as WWE is producing right now. But as soon as Vinnie Mac and John Laurinaitis give up $3 million, you come out there talking about I gotta put my Cody shirt on.
Can I explain to you why I bought a Cody shirt from WWE and not from when it was in AEW?
I know why too.
I'm gonna put it this way. They have an easier shopping experience than the AEW process. The AEW process get on my goddamn nerves. It's like, it's like I go to the site and then when you tell me your shipping is more than what my shirt costs, fuck that. No, I'm not buying. Like I have put plenty of things in carts for AEW, but I refuse to pay shipping. And you know for a fact, Marcus, when I go to an AEW live show, I buy so much merch, it's ridiculous. But let me go back to being. Oh, Manny, go ahead. You can read that.
JK Swish says, Lord Manny, me cutting my grass right now has proved that I'm not part of the 1%. I don't have these funds to pay someone for this shit. Eric does.
Right.
The gardener is part of our HOA, but
Eric,
yes.
before you, I know you're the host of the show, but let me take the wheel, okay? Let me take the wheel and ask you something.
Are
You
you
have not
Jesus?
touched on you because this week is a whirlwind of shit, right? This is a whirlwind of shit. This week started with Jeff Hardy. You have not touched on what that whole situation of Jeff. Speak on Jeff Hardy, and you can also speak on the tag match from Dynamite and the Christian turn. All the shit that's happened this week.
Well, I
in the
was gonna
world
get
of
to that
Dynamite.
after I covered Rampage because I wanted to really talk
Why you
about
want to
being
cover Rampage?
because
Why do you want to
I
cover
want to
Sunday?
be because
Again,
Marcus,
again. We don't need to cover this
Marcus.
show.
I'm
Nothing
going to
happened on Rampage.
no, something did happen that's important to the
I'd rather
show.
cover
It
the
is a-
Rock's movie Rampage
But
than
Marcus,
cover AEW Rampage. And I'm talking about rewatching the movie every single week. Every
Marcus,
single week. Then watch Rampage.
I'm going to answer your question, but I need to get this out of my system because when we were watching NXT in the heyday, when it was Black and Gold, Marcus, there was a man on that show, Leon Ruff, and we said week in and week out that we wanted Leon Ruff to have his rough bunch. Well, this week on Rampage, I got a rough bunch. It was even called like the rough bunch. I can't remember. And I was saying I don't want it. It was Leon Ruff and Bear Country. And I was so upset that I literally threw shit down. I was like, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. I was so happy that the Ass Boys and Max Caster defeated them. But
is that who they fought?
Yes.
I knew Caster fought and he rapped and made something about he made a mention of
he made an NDA comment. But I was so upset.
I didn't know this was, he was fighting Leon Ruff. If you talking about Boy was on there, I would have tuned in.
No, I'm just saying this was the first time I got the rough budget. That's what I got. And I didn't want it at all. So back to you, think Marcus. Jeff Hardy's gonna be Jeff Hardy. It's a situation that is sad, and unfortunately, he's on that trajectory to be like Sonny if he doesn't get help. I don't know exactly what his problem is, and I don't understand why people continue to drink alcohol or do whatever they do and get behind wheels. It's just not. It's not that important. You should have people to do it. And as Matt says, he's gonna stand by his brother, but it's a point where people have to say enough is enough. We need to stop putting Jeff in this situation. And quite frankly, let me just put it. I feel a lot of the responsibility, it falls on Jeff, but I think that he was working too hard in AEW. He was in too many matches that put a toll on his body that may have made him resort to going to the bottle to deal with the pains that he was dealing with because Jeff only knows how to be Jeff Hardy. And
that was the thing about AEW is like you go to most older the vets go there and they should be working a lighter schedule. I don't understand why the Hardys were literally on the verge of killing themselves in the run up to this. And there was from the way Jeff was saying he needed a head scan when he was being arrested. That's more sign of like why were they even putting him in this ladder match? Like I don't think no doctor would have cleared him unless a shady doctor would have to be in that match.
I mean, it's just one of those things that they was running the Hardys ragged, and I think it's a part of is responsibility of Matt, responsibility of Jeff, and a responsibility of Tony Khan. It's like it's a point where enough is enough. Like there's a reason why in WWE you have backstage segments where people don't wrestle every week. It's a reason why Roman, this is the first match he had since WrestleMania to fit his title. It's the thing that AEW was supposed to be the alternate to WWE where you didn't have a heavy schedule to work, but when you watch AEW, the stars are working a lot more than what they should, in my opinion. And in my opinion, they're not doing a great job of making new stars, quite frankly. They're just rehashing things over and over. And Marcus, I know you want to ask me about the snake. So go ahead, do your host duties and ask me about the snake.
What snake?
You know, Mark, there's only one snake.
Sasha?
Oh, he's talking about Trasher Banks.
Yes, Marcus.
No, I had no intention to talk about Sasha this week.
Okay, then we can move on.
I had no intention to talk about Sasha.
You was talking about all the big stories that happened this week. She was one of the big stories.
I was talking about her story is still ongoing. It's to be continued.
I thought it'd been confirmed.
Has WWE took her off the page? It has not. People saying that it's been confirmed, but several people in the back said it's confirmed. The stage on the WWE website says Sasha Banks has been released. She's still around. Unless I woke it up into something that I didn't know. I could be wrong.
I will say that also. I thought on Rampage, Jon Moxley and Dante Martin had a really good match. I thought it was. I wish they would invest in Dante Martin a little bit more. And I thought that William Regal was dropping hits on in commentary that he has his eye on Dante Martin. I wouldn't mind him being in the Combat Club, but who knows? I mean, they
Well, this
have Willa
Combat
Yuta,
Club is fell apart, right?
kind of
They
sort of
have
injuries.
Brian Daniels is hurt. John Moxley is basically doing his solo run, and Willie Yuta is teaming up with some random people. I forgot who he's teaming up with. I can't remember. At Forbidden Door, no one in the Blackpool Combat Club is teaming together at all right now.
I mean, I just when I look at stuff like when they were booking things like I thought the segment on Dynamite between Moxley and Tanahashi was okay. But then
Go
like
Ace!
the Ace, but then like the thing when you just throw Jericho in a situation, it just really tainted it for me. Like I was like, I don't need this. Like I don't need Jericho. I don't need Jericho to come out, and then next thing you know, here comes Lance Archer, who's probably one of the most irrelevant
Suzuki
big
Gun.
men in the game. It's one of the
No,
most
the
irrelevant.
worst part of that segment was Sammy and Tay Conti.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like it was just like what? Like it's bad enough that Sammy dressed up as Fuego del Sol to cost Ortiz his hair. And I'm like,
Oh, that nearly got
huh?
me so mad. That if that was Fuego, I would have been so mad.
Yes, Marcus. Your hand goes up.
Eric, when Fuego del Sol interfered in that match, how did you feel?
Marcus, I didn't care. I was like, this we have to use Fuego del Sol in order to have Ortiz lose his hair. I just think clearly Ortiz didn't care about cutting off his hair either. Like I was like, oh, okay.
Well, you want to know something funny about the Ortiz thing? He was all busted open that day, and they were talking about the match, and they were trying to sell the match in full kayfabe. And he said, "Oh, it's hair versus hair match," and he was like, "I don't see what the big deal is. I grew my hair out for a minute. If I lose the damn match, I just cut my hair. My shit gonna grow back."
I mean that's a man who can still grow hair. Like
this match is about Jericho. Jericho should have lost the hair. He should have lost the hair.
Well, as William Regal was talking about, like he wants to see him tour Fozzy without hair, and I was like, yeah, that would have been amazing. What else happened on Dynamite? I mean, I thought the Miro match was fine. I mean, for what it was, I thought.
I honestly don't remember that match. I know it happened, but I have no.
Yeah, we kind of skipped it. We kind of skipped it on the report as well.
It's one of those things that I really do enjoy. Why can I never?
Ethan Page.
I can never remember his name. All ego. And my favorite part of the match is when he put his hands together to make him pray, and that just made Miro snap and whoop his ass. I was like, he's such a good evil guy. What I did not care for on Dynamite, and let me just put it this way: got Tony. Listen to me, Manny. Can I get full camera?
Yeah, we have 10 people watching probably at this time.
I need Tony. I need this message for Tony.
I believe Tony is not watching, but go ahead.
Tony.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna if we put you on full camera, we may lose views, but
okay, never mind. But Tony, listen to me.
Oh God,
your MMA fascination needs to end. Matt Hughes,
and
Tyron Woodley get into the ring, did nothing. Matt Hughes looks like he's about to die. Stop it!
Did we just enter the hippo in the crate? You can't tell him to say his MMA needs to die when Brock Lesnar just came out to challenge Roman Reigns again for the title, and Ronda Rousey currently holds the
Brock Lesnar has not been Marcus. Brock Lesnar has not been an MMA fighter for a long time, and quite frankly, Marcus, Tyron Woodley, he's on my list because he disappointed black people all when he got knocked out by a Paul. He was knocked the fuck out twice. So nah, like it didn't for the whole segment to see
disappoint black people. Eric, he disappointed the entire world.
Marcus, let me point out that like the whole speech after Wardlow defeated 20 men, guys, you guys are from St. Louis. You guys, you know what Midwestern people like. It was such a bad segment that we did not need. We didn't need that segment at all.
No, so I'm gonna give credit to the beginning of the segment. I enjoy random shit like this when they did the People's Court music and the plaintiff and all that. But the match itself was stupid and it didn't work. Nothing about it worked. And it was just, nothing made sense. I've watched someone fight 20 guys before. Don't worry about where. It was probably a Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee type of movie. And it looked more believable, but this was worse. Like, it seemed like these guys had no strategy or whatnot. It was weak. And then the ending with the Woodley and Matt Hughes and the American Top Team up in the crowd is like, how did this not work? None of it made sense to me at all. And if I were those plaintiffs, I don't understand who says, let's jump them instead of let's get our money. Let's get our money. What lawyer's recommendation is beat his ass? I don't want no money out of this.
Also, I will point out that like Wardlow's momentum was like right here. Now it's like it's going like right. It's like it's whatever. But then also, like I get that they want to talk about celebrating Pride and stuff like that, and so we get the Sonny Kiss spot. I ain't seen Sonny Kiss on television in almost 2 years. Ever since Joey Janela and him broke up, I don't even know. Like I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I believe somebody online was also very critical. I believe it was
Joey Janela. It was Joey Janela.
It was Joey Janela.
Yeah,
I better read something about that, and I agree.
Also, is that the point that Levi said that he made about Sonny Kiss? Like, I was just like,
maybe
Sonny Kiss hasn't been on TV. Like, when you did the Nyla Rose spot, I got it. When you did the dude from
Bowens,
I got it. But Sonny Kiss has not been mentioned on what's so Dynamite, Rampage, and whatever.
You know what's so weird is who's quite a big proponent of the LGBTQ community on WWE is Sonya Deville, and she's not even on TV at this moment in time.
No,
isn't she on vacation with her boo?
I think she's doing all these other bits for like parades and stuff, and she's promoting it.
She did get that.
I don't even think WWE's even supporting Pride Month. To be honest,
she got that vignette. She got that vignette when they talked about how she came out on Tough Enough. Like that's the package that they show.
That's it. That seems like they won. They're doing a piss poor job at this too. They're doing a piss poor job.
Marcus, they have to handle their scandal.
This is worse than their.
We are what 3 weeks into Pride Month, and they have barely mentioned Sonya Deville.
Yeah, it's been trash on both parties. I feel like AEW's done a better job, but they missed the spot with Sonny Kiss because Sonny Kiss can't even wrestle on TV. They don't even allow Sonny Kiss in the ring.
Oh, El Luchador with the pure hate. He went on a 30-mile bike run, but he came back just so he could shit on Vince and his bullshit stuff to pop a rating. I mean, I don't
believe you did 30 miles. Prove it.
Wow. Betty questioned this man 30 miles. Wow. How can he prove it to you, Betty? How can he prove it to you?
I don't know, but look, I can do this. I ran for 2 million miles. What you're gonna? I didn't even spell it correctly. Are you gonna believe me?
And that's not even that's 2,300 million. What the fuck did you take, Manny? What did you take, Manny? I question your education at this current moment. You questioning this man's athleticism around biting 30 miles. I question you and your math right
Marcus, if I read this,
I could be dyslexic for all you know.
Marcus, I think he just said he ran for 23,000 million miles. I'm not 100% sure how you read that.
Well, Luchador's gonna send you the certificate. I don't know why we gotta show people. I don't care.
Marcus, I think you have more questions for me about AEW. Go ahead with your hosting duties, Marcus. And people with Marcus hosted right here, this is a preview of what he does every Wednesday on everything else, where him and the doctor himself, the professor Jamal, covers everything else in wrestling on Wednesday. Yeah. Check it out.
Again, the most educational show on this channel in all of wrestling.
Mickles is a local beer Earl drinks after boiling at the plot. Nicholas, how do you know so much about Earl?
No, Earl was, that was us. Earl at the plant with the bottles, bottling those bottles.
No. He's the one that gives us updates on Earl.
Oh, well, Manny, I want to also point out. Oh, geez, I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind. I forgot, but that's hilarious. Oh, that's what I was going to say. R.I.P. to Dave Hebner, who we haven't brought up. I would never forgive him for cheating Hulk Hogan all them years ago by Ted DiBiase paying him off in that situation there, that convoluted situation.
Yeah, but that was the best. I've never seen Hulk Hogan do pantomime better than everyone else.
He was never more upset. What, he had the 20 in his Braga brother? Oh, it was a disgrace. It was a disgrace, that referee. Who is that official? Where is he? Where is he? Who was that?
Getting back on track, I would say, like, for this week in professional wrestling, there were things that I liked, but I could say that I don't think anybody made a consistent product that said, you know what, through and through, this was like the best week ever. But I mean, it was segments that I enjoyed.
Fuck the
Oh,
products. Wrestling was amazing this week if you just watch it from the outside. You just go
Yeah, it
like,
was all about the
damn, it's
drama.
the drama.
The
It's the
drama
drama.
was good. The drama.
Again, if wrestling can capture the outside of the ring drama inside their television shows, wrestling will be back. They wouldn't be struggling for ratings. Vince McMahon would not have to walk out on TV and for the cheap ratings pop, but I recommend he do it. Tony Khan would not be
have to
under
fly. He would have to fly everybody
800,000
from
views and talking
fly
about how
everybody in
it's
for
the
Japan.
Stanley Cups, yeah, how it's the Stanley Cup playoffs and all that. So wrestling being a better place if we had the real world storyline.
But see,
real.
I think that's the problem that I think Tony Khan does too much. I think he acknowledges things too much. Like, stop making excuses. No one cares. Like, if your ratings are down, just keep it. Just keep it moving. Like, it's not like WWE goes and say my ratings were down because it's no. Just go out there and make it better. Like, say it for yourself.
Raw is shit, and that's why it was down.
I mean, like,
Raw's been shit, and it's the NBA playoffs. Raw's shit.
If you want to talk about,
and say it,
people talk about Vince being a big heel. No, the biggest heel this week is the fucking Golden State Warriors. Apparently, they going in cashing in all the receipts of all the shit talking people were doing about them. Like, how dare Clay, who barely showed up in the playoff, bring up Jared Jackson and his bum ass? Although that made me laugh. Like, when you call another player that's in the league a bum ass, I'm like, go ahead. I mean, Draymond. Like I said, Lakers and Golden State fans were united for one time to stop Boston.
Yeah, I wanna for the record. I want to say this. Fuck the Golden State Warriors. Fuck this championship. Fuck the NBA Finals this year. Bring on the next season. I can't wait. However, with that being said, I want to add this. The pettiness of the Warriors is very attractive. I love everything that they've been saying. I love that they're coming after everybody, that they held these receipts. How many people say they were washed? Steph Curry, just everything coming after Kendrick Perkins and everything. It's exactly what I would do in winning the championship when people talking shit. I'm calling everybody out.
Also, now with Steph Curry winning his finals MVP, now it just clearly makes Kevin Durant a shit. Like, literally, they really didn't need. It became that Steph Curry needed Kevin Durant. Now Kevin Durant needed them. It's hilarious to me. It's one of the greatest things ever. To the point that see, wrestling had their drama, but the NBA had drama too. You got LeBron James out there defending Anthony Davis because everybody was mad because Anthony Davis hadn't shot a ball since April 5th. Then
LeBron sounds like Tony Khan with excuses.
Exactly.
By the way, good week to be named Steph. They won. They won the Game of Thrones.
And Benny, I'm pretty sure that it was probably some crazy shit going on in football in your part with soccer. Because didn't the guy come out and say that Mbappe wasn't the player that they wanted to pay anymore? And I was like, what the fuck is this even about?
No, like, the very pettiness of the Spanish league. The whole league accusing Manchester City and PSG of breaking financial fair play rules just because they weren't able to obtain Erling Haaland or Mbappe. Salty.
The pettiness in this world is great. People bagging on Phil Mickelson for playing golf and shooting plus 11. People just are out their mind this week and petty. And wrestling's trying to compete with that. Wrestling needs to sit their ass down and then come up. They need to go back. I think they need to have a wrestling summit in which all the wrestling promoters get together and say, why are real sports beating us in drama? and promos and shit
why?
Like that.
Because real athletes got fucking burner accounts and Twitter feeds where they can go out there and say what they want to say. Like, it became back in the day, like, as an athlete, you didn't say anything, you didn't fire back. Now people firing back. And it's like, I think the NBA, the NFL, I mean, he take a shot, but guess what? A championship still counts. You can put an asterisk, we still tied the Boston Celtics. Take that. You guys still got a low way to go, Golden State.
The Lakers bubble championship counts. It's a legit championship. They played a full season and then they played the bubble. I really love the bubble. I don't know why.
I thought the bubble was some
of the
basketball.
fun. Yeah, that was some great basketball. I'm not gonna disrespect the bubble. Now the Dodgers win. You never know. I don't know.
You know, it's crazy.
And then the Golden State Warriors walk out to center court with the real trophy. Like, nah.
Now, see, technically, you could claim that the bubble championship is the title, but it could be the one that the Bucks was because everybody was still tired because of the short season. I mean, it's a lot of different things that could have happened.
Well, no, I also want to discredit the Warriors championship because this was the year that everybody was hurt. Everybody got hurt. Everybody and their mama was hurt this year. Dame Lillard, Luka was hurt for a stint. Kawhi and Paul George never looked on the basketball court or something. AD, LeBron was shit. I think the Warriors had injuries this year too. Somewhere earlier, everybody was injured.
Yeah,
this is the injured year.
I mean, but I don't think nobody. I think that concludes all this. We don't have anything else to talk about. Clearly, wrestling is done. Marcus don't have any more questions. Should we just end the show, gentlemen? Or do you guys want to talk about anything else? I mean, do you want to bring the pre-production conversation about slides into the mix?
Nah, that was a moment that we can't recreate. But unless the people in the comments want to chime in and talk about slides. And we're talking about slides at the park, y'all.
At the park, man.
Not the cha-cha slide.
Nah. We talking about when you go and you get on a hot ass slide and then you slide down it. Then the kid had to sit at the end, and then someone else come down. There's a fight because they kicked him off the bottom because he shouldn't have been sitting there. You know
what kind of slider are you? Are you one of those reverse sliders that like to climb up the slide, or are you just someone that just want to go to the park and get your Wii on?
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you this right now. The biggest mistake I've ever made in my life with the slide, and I didn't even say this in the pre, is when I went down head first. You should never go down head first on the slide. Never. It burns up your chest.
Slide.
Nah, man. Nah.
Well, here's the question. We kind of touched on this. Are you a plastic slide or the metal steel slide that burns your ass? If it is hot outside?
I feel the plastic slide burn your ass just as much, though.
I don't like the plastic slide at all. I feel like it collects more dirt.
Mark, I don't
feel like the little mirror slides, you get more slick. You slide through that motherfucker, you're like,
Marcus,
and you get that lift.
Marcus, I agree with you, Marcus. I don't think the plastic slide has the slide ability that the metal slide has. I think the slide ability level on the metal slide is more powerful. And you would be the asshole Levi that would run up the slide backwards.
Hey, man. I wanted them. I want to slide backwards. I'm a climbing slide. I climbed the slide if it's big enough.
Yeah, just traditional Wii slide. but first check in your new slides that have the full covering. There may be a homeless person in there, so check before you go down there.
I used to slide like this, but now I just slide DMs. That's how it is right now.
Oh man, El Luchador said it's funny for years people ask for less Robin and now they're asking for more Robin. If he was here earlier instead of being on his 30-mile mic ride, he would have heard Levi said that nobody wants Robin. So I don't know which one it is.
No one likes Robin.
That 30 miles is speculation.
So Levi, I appreciate you being a swingman. For me, whatever reason, I was the merry-go-round kind of guy. But I like to spin people. I like to spin. Yeah, I like to make people sick and make them fall off.
I missed the merry-go-round. It's the merry-go-round, which is just you push it and you gotta push every. Yeah. That way you gotta jump on.
Yeah,
and then you jump on it. That shit was fun, man. But people were big and that shit was tiring. After a while, you do a few of those and you be like, man, I gotta jump on this. One thing I think they need to ban from the park, and I mean this is other than the Peters and the Fouls. They need to ban the little pony thing that rocks back and forth on the screen.
Marcus,
that shit is whack. That shit has always been whack.
Marcus,
No. Imagine having this as an adult. I sit on those with my friend, and sometimes we have a serious conversation.
Yeah, Marcus,
you can't look. And you look really stupid going like this.
Marcus, see, Marcus, I'm not with you with that one because I feel like more business plans have been laid out on those ponies. More deals has been done. You know what they need to get rid of? The individual merry-go-round where you stood up there, you had to turn yourself. That was stupid.
The one where you feel like you were working on a train.
Yeah. It's like I don't need that in my life. But Marcus, also let me point out what those things were really, Marcus. Those were called breaks, Marcus. Those were called like shit. This slide that whooped my ass, this merry-go-round that whooped my ass, but I don't want to stop playing, so I'm just gonna go sit on this pony and rock a little bit, so people still think I'm in the game, but I'm really done. That's what that was.
You know what? You know how people always talk about sliced bread's the greatest invention of all time? The person that had been in some of these park rides, man, because these shit's been going on for what, 200 years? Park ain't changed one bit. And kids are still having the same fun. Like you said, you went to the park with Jaden and Kiara. Waynes and stuff, throw random names at people, kids, and
You
Eric
know,
nieces and nephews.
I still got hate in my heart because it's one thing at the park that I can't do, and I still can't do to this day. And you know what that is? The jungle gym, man. I can't do the fucking jungle gym, and it pisses me off. Pisses me off. And
it's an easy concept.
And
I felt one arm after the other.
And let me tell you guys something.
I felt hang there. I always like the kids to get stuck.
I realize that we're more
like, what happened?
We're extremely passionate about it. You know, I feel like parks really took a downward fall when they started putting the cargo net in there. I don't think anybody really cared for the cargo net. I've seen more people get hurt in the cargo net than anybody because it's like, this ain't American Gladiators. We don't need that.
I feel like when the park tried to get safe, that's when the park went downhill. I'll be honest. When they decided to just not let you fall on asphalt.
That's why I broke my arm.
Luchador, you're crazy, man. I ain't trying to be in the sand when it's wet. That's just nasty. It's like
the sand's disgusting. As we talked about earlier, the sand.
That's actually how this conversation started. Throwing sand.
But Marcus, let me be honest. I understand sand is disgusting. I get that.
Sand is the enemy of human.
However, Marcus, I'm not a big fan of the plastic mats. They're hot. Yeah. I believe the sand was a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't like new park shit. I hate fake park. I hate when they fake it.
Don't fake
that shit. Give me the real park.
Give me
the park with the edge. Give me some edge at my park.
I need a park where I can find a needle in the sand. That's how you know you're really at the park.
Hold on. You know they changed. As a kid, I always thought they changed the game at the park when the slide had you had little steps and little nets, and then it was not just a slide. It was a multiple conglomerate. It was like being in the elimination chamber at times, or the WCW 3 cages match. Oh, right. Eric, I have a question for you.
I have a question for you though. I have a question for you, Manny. First, I'll let you go first.
Reverse Battle Royal, 7th anniversary. You taking part in this? They doing all the old gimmicks. Reverse Battle Royal, Queen of the Mountains, Monster Ball. They bringing it all back for the 20th anniversary. We were talking about everything else, but 7th anniversary. You had me at Reverse Battle Royal.
Marcus, they had me at 7th anniversary. They said they were bringing Dixie back, Marcus. Marcus, I was going through the catalog, Marcus. You know how you said that? You remember how I clowned about you jumping up there through the ranks to take that picture with Dixie, Marcus? Yeah. Did you know I forgot that I took a picture with Dixie too?
You took a picture of Dixie?
But apparently I took a picture. You took the picture of me and Dixie. I did not know. I said, damn. Yeah. But I remember the greatest thing about
I was wondering if we could stall and you could bring up that picture. And I bet you if you still to get y'all gonna look like a married couple. Y'all divorced horribly.
The greatest thing about the whole thing about Dixie is though, I remember when me and Marcus was about to form the tag team. We was gonna destroy that security guard talking all that shit. We got a chance to beat Dixie Carter. Who the hell do you think you are?
Eric, they have zip lines.
Right, they got zip lines now, man. They got zip lines.
Man, that just seems like that would be fun. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. That was an accident. Oh, that was also a pre-show conversation about what kind of whore I would be.
Marcus, that didn't need to be brought up, Marcus.
That's all right. I'll let the world know I will be a companion.
You'd also smoke cigarettes after you got done.
I would always smoke cigarettes to get the taste out your mouth. Think about how did I get in this situation, and you realize
you should be thinking about how you got that.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along who got me in this situation.
Oh, by the way, you want to get it? I was in a meeting and they started sharing their screen, so I turned off my camera in the meeting. Mm-hmm. And then because I had wireless headphones on, I started I was in the office. I was spinning around in my chair to the point where I was actually using the table as more momentum to spin. And then for a moment, I had to stop and like, did I turn off the camera?
Hey, long phone conversation, meeting conversations, the fidgeting of what you're doing. That's why these shouldn't be cameraman, because people be walking in circles, they stomping around, they're flipping pencils around, you're spinning in chairs.
And most people ain't got no damn underwear on, man. I mean, no pants. Like, nobody has that.
Yeah, I don't need to see these people. I don't understand why we need to see each other. Like in my last meeting, hopefully no one of my job is doing it. It was like, make sure the cameras are on. Who cares? Who cares? I don't want to see you. I don't even want to be here.
There it is. I sent it. Well, it should be coming through. But yeah, the whole fact that I was happy to see Sweet Dixie. Once they said Dixie was coming back to Slammiversary, I was like, damn it, that's like old nostalgia. And guess what, everybody? Everybody who's been listening to the show for a long time, you know, this whole AEW hatred that I'm labeled with, man, I used to hate Impact worse. So yeah, now I gotta.
now you like them. You reminiscing the days of them and their 4 or 5 million, 3 million views, and whatever when people were uninvested. Long live Impact. It's still around. The one promotion that should have died 500 years ago.
Back in 2013, baby. Back in 2013. There it is,
By the way,
Marcus.
sellout
There it is,
crowd.
Marcus.
That is exactly what the crowd looked like the entire time.
Look,
They still together. Nope, they got divorced. Eric paid $3 million to keep this on hush. Did Dixie pay you to keep it quiet, Eric?
Marcus, don't worry about what happened. NDAs are very powerful. That's all I gotta say, Marcus.
I got it.
Because Mark, we can't talk about what happened afterwards with Dixie. Remember?
Hold on, Eric. Legally, for the NDAs, can I say, hey, yo, I had, let's say, a weird sex affair with somebody, but no, I'm not saying I don't have an NDA, but let's say if it's not real. What if I don't have an NDA and I don't know this person? Can I also say I don't want to talk about that because I have an NDA?
Yeah, you can lie about having an NDA. Anybody can do that. I mean,
well then, I'm gonna lie about everything.
Well, Marcus, that's who you are, man.
I got an NDA. I can't talk about it. Can't talk about it.
All right, guys. I think we got. I think I gotta go to a party in a park someplace.
Oh, you're going?
You just want to go on some swings.
I thought you were going to no-show the event.
I was, but I don't think I feel like being at home alone.
I was supposed to come over this week.
Mark, yeah, but that might have been tomorrow. But you know, you don't want to come to the Six House. We haven't disinfected this house, man.
Well,
just download Turtles and let's go play Turtles now.
I don't want to play Turtles. I don't want to play Turtles. If I want Turtles, I go buy some Turtles and then I eat Turtles that night. Okay, Team Shredder for life, y'all.
Wait, what did JK say? My camera. I have to put the screen over.
My camera will be on, and hold on. Let me put this on here. My camera will be on, and you can see me working with someone, and my boss still trying to talk to me. Fucking dumbass.
Hey, do you know what the worst thing that's ever happened? You know how everybody has like earpieces. You know how Manny has his earphone in his ear. Like where I work at in downtown Los Angeles. Now you can't tell who's crazy, who's not crazy, because you be seeing people talk to themselves like that person crazy. Then you'd be like, oh shit, they on the phone. But at least I respect the people who got the headset. I hate the people who walk with their phone on speakerphone. That is not the better way to listen to a phone conversation.
Yeah, so what you tell what they did?
Like you're on The Apprentice or something.
So what you mean what they did?
What'd you say?
What happened? Henry where? No, Henry ain't in jail. He upstate in Oklahoma. Why I gotta hear about Henry in Oklahoma?
But then the greatest point is like, would you listen to that? Why you all up in my conversation? You'd be like, well, you are having your conversation on the speakerphone where I can hear.
Let me tell you the people who I just stayed with phone etiquette. People with the Bluetooth headset who are never actually ever on the phone, but always had the Bluetooth headset on. They never talking to nobody. They never have it. They never have
Marcus, you know why that is? You know why that is, Marcus, so no one bothers them.
Let me tell you the people that I hate.
They talk to everybody else.
The headsets that I hate, quite frankly, are the ones that still have the old headset with the microphone that comes down right there. It's like they like commentary. Like the technology has been improved a long time.
You ain't Britney Spears. Why you got a Britney mic on the phone right now?
Like who you talking to?
You a stagehand? Get out of here with that. Oh, I guess it shows the end if Eric is doing this dance.
No, my headphone microphone got caught up in the wheel of my chair, so every time I move a little bit in my chair,
he needed to get a stand goal. That's what he did.
Nah, man, my streak been broke a long time. COVID took that streak away. I was so sad because I never put my watch on.
You know, I would have got 12 hours yesterday if I wasn't playing Turtles. I missed an hour.
Marcus, you should saw me and Manny, man. We was having a good time. Like, man, when did shit go in? We beat the game.
Wait.
But we didn't.
You guys are fighting me now to play Turtles, but you guys have always played Turtles together?
Yeah.
And we was bad.
You was at work, man.
Turtles.
Hey, Marcus,
I feel like Linda McMahon right now.
Marcus,
I feel like Linda McMahon.
Marcus,
I feel like Linda
so
McMahon
fun
right now.
Mark, this game is so fun. We want to play the game with everybody. We tried to play with
West,
but the crossplay didn't work. This game was so fun, man. It was so much fun.
JK Smush is on Xbox Live.
Oh shit!
Have you got Game Pass, JK Smush? Download Turtles,
man. Turtles was fun. Right, it was Turtles and Time. It was everything.
Have y'all been paid? It ain't Turtles and Time.
No,
Marcus.
I'm the worst at that game as well. As Eric pointed out, I will run into obstacles on purpose.
So Marcus, let's first point out if you do ever play, we have to play story mode because we can't play arcade mode because Manny will die. Because it can have the exclamation point that says something's coming this way, and Manny will not move. He will run into it. That's what he will do. And Manny, I was chewing Manny out for using his special because there's certain enemies that frustrate the hell out of Manny, and you'll just see him just do his special like F this, because he doesn't like flying enemies and he doesn't like the surfboard Battletoads kind of level. He hates those levels. But man, we had a great time. As a Splinter, he identifies as a Splinter user. Damn.
It looks like we're playing Turtles today.
Maybe I need to bring out April O'Neil.
Come on, Marcus, get it.
But I'd also told Sean today I might go, so somebody can document this. Hey, Mark, you gonna come with us next Sunday when we take Kayla and Shant and them out for her birthday since we missed it? We probably don't need to have this conversation there. So thank you for joining our podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode and you don't have any scandals of your own. Shout out Dixie, we miss you. I'm Eric.
Oh, by the way, get that NDA. The NDA is the most powerful weapon in the world right now. Get an NDA.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes.
Mark, that's your goal in life. Do some shit where you have to sign an NDA. That's what you want to do.
And I'm so petty with WWE right now. What they should do is get NDA in NWO shirt.
Do you
if they sold that shit, I would buy that shit in a minute. Mr. McMahon face on the back, NDA.
Hey, if they want us to, like, because me and Manny will be happy to play early video games and sign NDAs where we can't talk about until it's released on a certain date. That would be so much fun. Me and Manny had a great time playing Turtles, man. It was
I hear how great your time was. All right, I hear how great your time was.
That shit,
it was fun. Okay, it was fun.
But Marcus, you gotta understand something, Marcus. I was still loyal because the whole time I kept telling Manny, man, Marcus would have so much fun playing this game. He would.
Talking to your side piece about your husband.
Yeah, and then I was like, man, Marcus would be giving us the history of all these vintage characters that he would know and be so. Manny, who was the worst enemy? The worst enemy was the fucking brain. That stupid brain.
Oh yeah, Crane.
No, see, look, the worst enemy was Shredder.
No, I thought Shredder was okay. I thought Crank was bad.
Crane, not Crank. He's not a penis.
Whatever. He got on my nerves, man. He got on my nerves.
You guys fight
Rocksteady and Bebop was still trash, but Marcus, Toku, and Razor was there.
Hey, I respect them. They're babies. Probably other than the Harry Potter, my son is dead. Shredder running out of his office after finding out Toku and Razor being given to trash.
That's my son. This is my boy.
I have something that trumps that this week.
Yeah.
That's why. Why, Dada? Why? This is business. This is my sweat. I know, but I did business. Shut up! Shut up! This is business. Hey! I invested the money. Stop talking! I will kill you. Sorry, sir. Hey, Dada. Why? Business.
Oh God. That's 100% fact. But. Yeah! I want to tell you, my favorite clip that we need to have clipped is because I like using this at work because, I'm one of the elder statesmen at my job. I'm 37, I'm dealing with people in their 20s. Whenever I get frustrated with them, I just want to yell, they're babies! They're babies! And then I go, they're stupid. And it's from Turtles and Secret of the Ooze after he created Toka and Razor and realized they're the dumbest fucking things he's ever created in his life.
My favorite.
It's only self-inflicted.
My favorite petty moment this week, as you guys all know who follow the NBA, is that one game when Jason Tatum, I guess, won, he texted Kobe, "I got you." And so they had the meme where they had that text, and then they had the picture of Kobe looking like, "What the fuck was that you did at that game 6?" That had me laughing too.
Forget my number.
Anyway, until next week, until next time, stay sharp. Everybody, I think, is it Forbidden Door, Forgotten Door next week?
Yeah, next week.
It's Forgotten Door if you don't remember.
Yeah, I forgot
well,
already.
if you don't have Okada, you don't have Hiromu, you don't have Naito, man, lose my number, Tony.
Man, you don't even got Ishii. I mean, yeah, I know Ishii gonna be at it, but still.
Lose my number, Tony. It's probably gonna be a fun wrestling show, but you want the big stars.
Did AEW feel like this week they did a lot of retcon with the Young Bucks winning the tag team titles?
No, well, the Hardys were supposed to win, but then
Oh, well, that's it then. Stay sharp. Till next time, stay sharp.
Jeff had a road rager, a real one.
Peace.
Yeah, but that's my favorite clip ever.